Hey guys, welcome back to Wix Fix. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you about rich content inside the content management system in Wix. And some of you may be saying, what exactly is rich content? And for this, I'm going to come over to the blog post page. As we can see here, there is a title, a paragraph, an image, another heading and paragraph, and then below that, another heading and paragraph. In short, this is rich content. It's basically content that you can put inside of a database where you can actually add different styles of text. You can add images, videos, you can embed things. Basically, it is the blogging system in Wix, but just for the content management system. If you were to do this without rich content inside the databases, you would basically need a field for the title, a paragraph, an image, another title, paragraph, and then another title and paragraph. And if you have different dynamic pages with different layouts, then you would need even more fields than this inside the database. However, the cool thing about rich content is all of this can be done with one field inside the database. Now, some of you might be asking exactly why I would want to do something like this, and two examples come to mind. The first example being, let's say you have a dynamic team page and you want to allow your users to book meetings with your team members based on that team member's availability. So you can embed different calendars for different people on your team. Another example that comes to mind is maybe you don't want to use Wix's blogging system. Maybe you would like to customize the pages more than what Wix allows you to. Rich content is the perfect way to do that. Now, there are probably a million different ways to use rich content on your websites, but those two examples are just two of the different ways, and I hope that helps bring you some inspiration for how you can use it on your own site. But now that I've explained what it is and some ways you can actually use it on your site, let me go ahead and show you how to set it up for yourself. So the first thing we're actually going to need is obviously a database. So we're going to come over to Content Manager, and we can go ahead and add a new database to our website. Now, if you do not see this little icon right here for Content Manager, what you can do is just come over to Add, go to Content Manager down here, and you can say Add a new collection, or you can even add a preset. For today's example, I'm just going to add a preset, and I'm just going to add this item list one right here. Now, this is going to add two dynamic pages to our website. One that is a list of all of the items in the database, and one dynamic page that will have all the content for one individual item. And then it's going to open up the database for us. As you can see here, this is broken down to title, image, subtitle, item page text, alt text, and then we have a couple links here as well. But if we wanted to, what we could do is add a new field. We can name it whatever we want, but then we can set the field type to rich content. If I click on a regular text element inside of the database, you're going to see we have like this little area we can edit the text in. However, if I click on the rich content field, you're going to notice it opens up a new box where we can actually start typing stuff in. And not only that, but we have a bunch of text styling things that we can do here. And then at the bottom, we can add images, videos, we can add dividers, files, embed code, and we can add different social media stuff, products, Wix bookings, and events. So as you can see, there is a lot of things that we can do. But let's just say we want to type something out. We can just type something out like this. If we wanted to, we could change this text style to a heading. And then if we go down to the next line, we could just set this back to paragraph and text and write some text about whatever this heading is about. If we go ahead and press this little plus icon, here we also have another way to add images, videos, dividers, files, embed, and then social media. But if we want, we can just add a divider. We can just add a quick little image. And then whenever we are done with this rich content field, we can go ahead and close out. And the cool thing about rich content is, we don't have to follow the same format that we did with this rich content field. In this next rich content field, maybe we want to start with an image instead. So we can add this image in right there. And then maybe we can start typing text. So maybe now we want to have a heading 2, and we type some text here. And then below that, then we can have a paragraph. And if we wanted to, maybe we wanted to have a bulleted list or even a numbered list. Something like that. And as you can see, it did not edit the content for the first one that we made. So we can have different layouts for rich content inside of the database. If you were to do this without rich content, basically your layout would almost have to be the same for every single dynamic page with a lot more fields inside the database. So that's another reason that rich content is very useful. Now I've already gone ahead and filled out this third rich content field, but now that we have all three fields filled in, let me go ahead and show you actually how to add it to your website. So we're gonna go ahead and close out of the database. And what we want to do is come over to pages and we want to go to the items title page. Now, in order to add rich content to your dynamic pages, it's going to be different than what you might think. You can't just add a text element and try to connect it to the rich content field. It's not going to work. So what you want to do instead is actually come over to Content Manager. We're going to do add content elements and we're going to do rich content right here. And basically what that's going to do is just add this little content field right here. And we're going to connect it to our rich content field, just like that. And as you can see, it's displaying exactly what I put inside the database. And if I go to another page, it's going to display that content from the database. And then last but not least, it's going to show this content that we created earlier as well. And just like everything, of course, you can go ahead and resize it to match the rest of your content for the most part, to look something like that if you wanted to. Or you can even stretch it to be the full width of the screen if you would like as well. In addition, if we open up the settings and go into the design, we can actually change the background colors. We can change the background settings. We can have texts. We can change the text stylings from here as well. And we can also change the links and hashtags color. But as you can see, adding rich content to your dynamic dataset pages is very easy and customizable. And the last thing that I would like to mention is if we open up the database again and go into one of our fields, we're going to notice that this font choices is chosen by our heading and paragraph pages. So this should automatically be applied by your site design or site theme fonts. So if whatever fonts choices you have set here, it should automatically be the fonts from your text themes right here. Now, again, like I just showed you before, you can go into the settings, go to design and text and change them out to something else if you would like. However, if you're wondering where it's pulling the font choices from by default, it is going to be your site theme right here. But that basically wraps it up for the video today, guys. If you guys did enjoy, please consider giving this video a like and consider subscribing for more Wix content coming out really soon. Thank you all again, and I'll see you on the next one.